Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Śaṅkarācārya-Madhyamām Asmadācārya-Paryantāṃ Vande Guru-Paraṁparām. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryaṃ Karavāvahai Tejasvinavadhītamastu mā vidvishāvahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vedo Nityamadhīyatāṃ Taduditam Karmasvanuഷ്ठीयताम् Teneshasya vidhīyatāṃ Apachitihi Kamyena tistyajyatāṃ Pāpaudhav paridhūyatāṃ Bhavasukhe Doshonusandhīyatāṃ Atmecchāvyavasīyatāṃ Nijagridhāt Turnam vinirganyatā Sangasatsu vidhīyatāṃ Bhagavato Bhaktirdridhādhīyatāṃ Shantyādih parichīyatāṃ Dridhataram Padmashu santyajyatāṃ Satvidvān upasrupyatāṃ Pratidinam Tatpādukā sevyatāṃ Brahmaikāksharamārthyatāṃ Shruti-shiro vakyam samakarnyatāṃ Vakyārthascha vicāryatāṃ Shruti-shiraha Pakshas samāśrīyatāṃ Dustarkāt suviramyatāṃ Shruti-matastarkonusandhīyatāṃ Brahmasmīti vibhāvyatāṃ Aharaha Garvah parityajyatāṃ Teheham matirucyatāṃ Udhajanīhi Vādah parityajyatāṃ Kshudvyādhischa tichikitsyataṃ Kshudvyādhischa Kshud vyadhi. Kshud itself vyadhi. Hunger is the disease. Kshudvyādhischa chikitsyataṃ Pratidinam Bhikshaushadham pujyatāṃ Swadvannam natu yācyatāṃ Vidhivasāt Praptena santushyatāṃ Shītoshnādi vishahyatāṃ Natu vrithā Vakyam samuccāryatāṃ Audāsīnyam abhīpsyatāṃ Janakrupā Naishthurya utsrijyatāṃ. So we were looking at all the step-by-step instructions with Shankaracharya is giving us, starting from studying as a brahmachari, then getting to know what to do. From your studies, you should know what you should do, what is to be done, what is not to be done. All that you know, and then you do your nitya karma, avoid kamya karma. Again, do all your karma with a Ishwararpana buddhi. And also, as a mumukshu, you have to see the dosha in all the worldly pursuits and pleasures which generally people seek. And then, based on that, you now develop a certain discrimination and you want to seek yourself. So, once you have come to a certain maturity as a grihastha, that you are no more interested in worldly pursuit, but you only want to seek yourself, then you retire and become a vanaprasthi. So as a vanaprastha, then again you seek the company of sadhus, satsanga, then do upasana, bhakti, and also develop a certain mental disposition so that you have the samadhi shatka sampatti. You try to develop all the values and attitudes, and also withdraw your mind from different sense objects and all that, and try to be focused on whatever you want to achieve. So once you have all these qualities, you are now ready to even become a sannyasi. So you can give up all the karma, because the Veda itself allows you to give up all the karma. That is called vidhivat sannyas. In fact, most of us are almost like sannyasi because nobody is doing any Vaidika karma nowadays. That is not vidhivat, but that is dereliction. But anyway, so santyajyatam. Then once you do that, you have to approach a guru and ask him, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmyati Brahma Vidyam Adihi, like that. You have to ask for Brahma Vidya. And again, Bhagavan also has also said that, correct? Tadvidhi Pranipadena Pariprashnena Sevaya, means you Tat Paduka Sevayatam Pratidinam. So you do Seva to Guru, you do Namaskara to Guru, you have Shraddha Bhakti, and then ask and seek this Brahman, correct? Brahmaksharam Arthyatam. So otherwise, normally Purushartha we say, Purushena Arthyate iti Purushartha. So all the worldly pursuits, if you take for any human being, the humanly pursuits or human pursuits are categorized into four, correct? Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So Artha Kama is common with animals also. Animals also seek security and pleasure. But human beings having a free will, Dharma also is important for us. In fact, Dharma has to guide the Artha Kama pursuit. That's why Dharma is the first Purushartha. Even in Tamil, Arathupal, Purutpal, Kamathupal, correct? Same concept. Tirukural is no different from any Dharma Shastra. Whatever is said there is there in the Dharma Shastras only. In fact, in Tirukural, even Sannyasa Dharmanal is part of the Arathupal. Tirulur did not write a separately about moksha. In Tamil, it is called Veed. Veed, Vidudalai and all the same thing. Or you come back to the home or come back to your nature. That is the idea of Veed. But if you do all these things, it will lead you to moksha is the idea. So these Purusharthas, all these other Purusharthas also should lead you to moksha, because you realize that in reality you are only seeking freedom. That's why Brahmaikaksharam, Brahma Eka, that once you are a sannyasi, your only Purushartha has to be moksha. You cannot have any other Purushartha. Even as a karma yogi also, it is the same thing. So Brahmaikaksharam Arthyatam, you only desire for or you only pursue committedly this one thing, which is Brahma Aksharam. And also you listen to all the Upanishads, Samakarnyatam, Suchishiro Vakyam. I mean, just listening means it is not listening passively or anything. Vakyarthascha vicharyatam. You have to do vichara. You have to analyze the Shruti Vakyas and understand the Tatparya of that. So Shruti Shiraf Pakshaha Samashriyatam. So you have to take refuge only in the Shruti. That is our primary pramanam. That is, in fact, that is the only means of knowledge which really matters to us. It is also the final means of knowledge, Antyam Pramanam. So you have to take Ashraya in the Shruti, Shruti Vakya. You analyze and understand what is the Shruti Tatparya. Don't do any Dustarka. Dustarka Suviramyatam means what? The Shushka Tarka or dry logic or logic not based on Shruti. Anything which is not based on Shruti, that logic is all Dustarka only. Tarke Naisha Tarkena Matirapaneya, like that Upanishad also says. The Kathopanishad, it says, don't be distracted. Don't let your mind be distracted by all this Tarka. Tarka only can take you so far. And then Shruti-matas Tarkon Sandhiyatam, but you accept or you follow the Tarka which is based on the Shruti. Shruti Sammata Tarka, we say. That means all the conclusions or the starting point are from Shruti. To assimilate that, we can still use Tarka. To clear our doubts, we use Tarka, logic. Then once you have this clear knowledge, still there are some Viparita Bhavana, we say, correct? Means contradictory tendencies or habitual tendencies which are contradictory to the knowledge which the Shruti is giving you. So even though you have knowledge, there is no integration in you. That knowledge has not integrated and transformed. So even Paramartha ji also used to say, Vedanta is not about gathering information. It has to be transformation, he used to say. So Vedanta is all about self-transformation. If you just have information, it may still be knowledge. But that knowledge is sitting there. That's all. It will not help you in anything also. It is useless knowledge. So we are not seeking any academic information. You don't have to come to Vedanta for that. You can go to some college. You don't have to come to an ashrama or a guru. We come to a guru, we want to learn Vedanta only for self-transformation. It's not just information. So for that you have to do the Nidhyasanam because you have to integrate that knowledge. Knowledge takes place in the intellect, but the emotional being is the one where the problem is. All our problems are in the emotional antakarana or the internal organ, the emotional part of the internal organ. So we have to integrate the intellectual mind and the emotional mind. Then only you are a yuktaha. And your knowledge is always available to you so that you don't fall back into this samsara. So Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam aharaha. Every day. When should I do means? Every day. It's not like only in the weekend you do that or anything like that. It's not a hobby. So every day you have to do. So in the process, what? The vision of the Shruti should free you from all the malas. In fact, should make you see that these things were not even there to start with. Correct? That means garva parityajyatam. So garvaha, even as a seeker, already you should have been practicing all these values, correct? Amanitwadi. Bhagavan also says amanitvamadam hitvam, himsa kshanti rajavam, acharyopasanam shaucham, sthairyamatma vinigraha, indriyartheshu vairagyam, anahankara evacha. Like this, he is listing amanitvam means you don't have mana. Correct? Manam word is there in most of the Indian languages also. In some kind of a pride. That is manam. But manam can be taken even as some kind of a legitimate pride. That in your own accomplishments you have a pride. Even that comes because you don't understand that your own accomplishment depends on so many things. It's not that you have only done something. Everybody has a claim in that. But you may not recognize that. That is manam. Dambha is worse. You don't have any legitimate accomplishment. Still you are claiming that's a charlatan, okay, or a hypocrite. So Dambham means you are claiming you are Indra, Chandra and all that. You are nothing really really speaking. It's all only bogus. So Dambha is worse than Mana. But both should not be there. All that is part of Garva only, correct? Means the Garvam itself is there because you look upon some smallness is there in you. The ego only can be feel Garva. But if the ego is enlightened, then it cannot have any more Garva. So in the light of the teachings of the Shruti, if you assimilate it, automatically there cannot be any Garva. Garva and all will go away. You cannot feel that Garva means what? You are the most important, or feeling some kind of arrogance and pride and all that only is Garva. So this Manitvam, Dambhitvam, these are all Garva. So those things have to go away. It will go away, in fact, it will automatically go away. If you have a cognitive change and you are able to assimilate it and integrate it into your personality, then that will transform you. All these things will go away. Garva paritejyatam, although Shankaracharya says you have to give up, but that giving up is in the light of knowledge again. It will happen in fact. And also, dehe aham matihi ujyatam. In your body, give up the sense that I. The I sense in your body you have to give up. Body means here everything is included. The Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, all the Sharira Traya we have to take as Dehe. In your Dehe, do not have any I sense. Because of the all problem. If you take the physical body as I, then I am fat, I am dark, I am tall, or I am short. All the bodily problems are your problem. Correct? Or if you take prana means I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am active, I am inactive, I am lazy. All that prana problem. Then indriya. I am deaf, I am blind, I am dumb, whatever. All the indriya related problems or karmendriya related problems are also there. I cannot get up. Back is paining, leg is paining, I am not able to walk. My hands are not moving. If it goes up, it's not coming down. All these problems are there. Or there is no flexibility. Joints are not working. All karmendriya problems are more, in fact. Jnanendriya also becomes a problem once you get old. So all the Jnanendriya also, everywhere identification is there. That's why it is called kosha. See, in the we call it Panchakosha Prakriya, correct? In the Taittiriya Upanishad, the Pancha Koshas are talked about. Bhashyakara says, Koshavad Achadaniyat Koshaha is it. Why is it called Kosha? Kosha means cover. Correct? Like if you, even the scabbard is a Kosha, correct? You put your sword into a Kosha. Now in this case, Bhashyakara says, all these things, Annamayadi, they are as though covers. Because they are covering your real nature. You place your eye on them and then they start covering your real nature. Same problem. Because you place the eye, they are all locus of error in fact. Because the eye notion is there. That is the error. So you have to then free yourself from that wrong notion. That's why you have to, this, again, how do we do that? Brahmasmi iti vibhavyatam. Brahmasmi, that has to be always there. Then the dehamati has to go away. It has to be given up. And like that, even mind also. Means I am emotional. I am a very emotional person. I am an angry person. I am unsure. I am always doubtful. All these are mind only. Correct? Sankalpa vikalpatmanaha manaha. I have this idea in sankalpa. Maybe that idea is not good. I have another idea. Vikalpa is there. So many things. So all the emotions, then you take it as yourself. Then buddhi also. I know this, I know that, or I don't know this, I don't know that. Problem. I'm knowledgeable, I'm ignorant, all that is buddhi related. Then I am a seeker of pleasure, I am a sufferer also. Bhokta. I am enjoying, I am suffering, I am happy, I am sad. All these things are there. Wherever you put the I, remove the I from there. Because they are all anatma. Whatever I know is not I. Aham Brahmasmi. I am not any of these things. They are all anatma. They are all objects of my knowledge. I am always the eternal subject. So dehe aham matihi ujjatam. This is the biggest sadhana, correct? Even after you have undergone the study of Vedanta, you have clarity, you have conviction in the knowledge, you still have to make some effort to assimilate that knowledge, integrate it into you. Then only Jivan Mukti is possible. Otherwise, even if mostly they say that even if you have clear knowledge, you have Vidya Mukti. But for Jivan Mukti, you have to make some effort to enjoy the phala, jnana phala right here and now. You have to integrate that knowledge into yourself. So that is the dehe aham matihi. In the deha, you should not have I sense. That you have to give up. And further what? When you are a mukshu jijnasu, do not engage in unnecessary debates. Nowadays it becomes, in online also it is there. You go, there are even lists for Advaita and all that. People are fighting. There is never ending fight going on some very, very abstract points and all that. Understand one thing. All the Vedanta Prakriyas are all for you to understand yourself. Any Prakriya or methodology we use, correct? There are so many methodologies we use. Like I said, we say Karana Karya Prakriya or Panchakosha Prakriya, I just talked about, or we say Sharira Traya Prakriya also. There is a Stula Sharira, Sukma Sharira, Karna Sharira, or Avasthatraya Prakriya, because we analyze the three states of experience and the experiencers who are there in that. Like that, the Shruti uses many Prakriya. And of course, all these Prakriyas in themselves will have what is called Adhyaropa and Apavada. That is the super Prakriya. Because any Prakriya you use, in that first you deliberately superimpose something, then it has to be negated. In that way, everything is negated and only the negator alone will remain. That is the whole, all teaching is like that only. To deliberately superimpose, negate everything. And the negator is Brahman. Negator alone remains. Negator can never be negated. That is Satyam. That's the teaching. Adhyaropa Apavada. That is also a super prakriya, you can say, because it is there. It's like a principle used in all the different methodologies of teaching or different ways of teaching. Everywhere Adhyaropa Apavada is there. Apavada is made. By negation only we can point out the self, because self is not an object. So you have to negate all the objects. Whatever remains is the self. So like this, so many prakriyas are all there. Now people are all fighting within the details of that prakriya mostly. And there is no conclusion. And they also engage in some ad hominem and all that will happen then. Because you always have a pressure to prove whatever you say is correct. It's all unnecessary pressure, correct? So generally, you sit by yourself, whatever makes sense to you, you have to stick to that. That has to lead you to knowledge. Okay. So even in many of these prakriyas, for somebody something clicks. In fact, Shureshwara even says that, I think in Vaishkarmiya Siddhi, he says, whatever works for you, that is your prakriya. Correct? And you have to stick to that, and whatever, and repeatedly you do Shravanam. That itself is Nidhyasana. That will lead you to knowledge. So don't get get on to some debates. Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyadam, he says. useless debates or arguments, you don't get into, you cannot change anybody really. In fact, all this arguing will change you. You will again get into their level. Okay. You think that you can change them, but they will pull you to their level, and then that you are stuck then in all that, whatever. So, Buddha Janaihi here means intellectual people. They are intelligent people only. Of course, with ignorant people also, we should not get into any argument. That is even worse. At least intelligent people, we can talk about something. But this ignorant, some people are ignorant or they have no idea about what they are talking, but they also can come and argue with you. All those things you have to, somehow you have to extract yourself from that and you be by yourself. It's better, in fact, Bhagavan says in the Gita also that in the Amanitva only, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam, Aratir Jana Samsadi and all that he says. That means what? You are no more interested in socializing, going to party and things like that, correct? Even if you go and have, even gossiping and all is useless. You can take, even gossip and all you can include in this. Buddhajanehi Vada Parityajata means not only debating about Vedanta, at least that is somewhat, sometime it may be helpful for you to assimilate by sparring with others. You can strengthen the whatever logical thinking you have, and you may be able to assimilate to a level when if you are not even really getting dragged into that. But any other thing is a useless thing, totally useless. You go to some party and you gossip about somebody else, your neighbor, your relatives, not you, or even some about some film stars and all that. How does it matter? They are all living their own lives. You don't have to bother about anybody really. Avoid all useless talks. Preferably, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam means what? You prefer and you resort to some secluded space. Like you go to an ashram. Like that, you live in a separate farmhouse or whatever. You want to be secluded. And Aratir Jana Samsadi means what? You are no more interested in crowds or socializing or parties and all that. Correct? Crowd and all you avoid. Because for Atma Jnanam, it is better that you are by yourself and then you reflect on the teaching and that will help. Okay. So Buddha Janaihi Vada Parityajyatam. Then what? So here Bhashyakara says Dehe Aham Matihi Uchyatam. Correct? But then there are some problems are there even in that. Why? What is the problem? Next Vakya he says. Shud Vyadhischa Chikitsyata. But this hunger itself is there. As long as the body is there, hunger and thirst will be there. You have to include thirst also in this. Shud Pipasa, you can add both. Because hunger and thirst are there. And whenever hunger and thirst are there, the body consciousness has to be there. But you still need not take the body as I. Is that clear? Body has hunger, body has thirst. Means you have to fulfill that at least. Everything else can be optional. This eating and drinking is not optional. You have to keep up the body. That's why Shariram Kevalam Karma and all. In Gita also we saw, correct? Shariram Kevalam Karma Kurvan Napnoti Kilbisham. So Shariram Karma everybody has to do. Even a sannyasi has to do. So for that, whatever is required, you give the medicine for the disease. For the disease which is hunger and thirst, you have to give the appropriate medicine. That he makes food into medicine in the sense that means medicine we don't eat a lot, correct? Maybe Śaṅkarācārya is pointing out that also, I think, here. So in the name of food, don't go and binge on something, correct? Gorging on all this pizza, burger, etc. That people binge on fast food, correct? If you see, many doctors also say that young people have diabetes. Now they are all sitting for some 10 hours in one place and working, correct? Either in front of computers, somewhere else. In between, In these many companies also nowadays, what they want to keep their employees happy. Means what? Keep on feeding them free also. Many companies. You are sitting in the same place, every hour you get chai filled with sugar. Then biscuit. Biscuit is the worst food. Okay, it is the most stale food in the world, and we don't know when it was made, where it is lying. So biscuit is something better avoided. Biscuit, cookie, and all that. It's full of maida only. Any biscuit is full of maida and all kinds of processed fat, which is worst for your health. So all this processed food only is easy to buy and distribute also. So they are all fed all that. Vada pav. Bread also is bad. And you put fried potato into that. Vada pav means ho gaya. Or you drink Coca-Cola, things like that. Again, all only carbonated water with lot of sugar and caffeine. Many people take Red Bull and things like that also. It is even worse. Yeah, it is all spiked with caffeine and all these things. Because you want to work and you are feeling sleepy, then take Red Bull. Now, all these things cannot help you understand that. So, eat whatever minimum is required to maintain your body. Shud vyadischa chikitsyataam. It is only like you are only giving treatment to the disease of hunger and thirst. And how do you do that? Pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam. So here, bhiksha itself is aushadha. Shankaracharya is saying it is like medicine only. So you take medicine for this vyadhi of Shuddha and Pipasa. How? Bhiksha, you go and beg, because already this person is a sannyasi, correct? So sannyasis are referred to as Bhikshacharyam Charanti, like that in Brihadaranyaka itself. So they are supposed to take Bhiksha only. Of course, nowadays sannyasis are sitting in some houses in the city, but even then they don't cook normally. At least our sannyasis and all, uh, they don't really, because even that Agni they don't want to maintain at home. Some students will give them food and all that, or you go to somebody's place and eat. It's not literally begging on the streets, but that also sannyasis were doing or can do that. Whether you want to beg on the streets or then otherwise you just take food from whoever is offering it to you, that is fine. But even there again eat, since others are offering, if you keep on, and they also, the problem with students is more because they want to feed you well. They think that if you don't eat well, somehow something is wrong with them. You may not really. In fact, Puji Swamiji used to call me whenever he goes to some big Diksha and all that. And he said, you come and sit with me. Whatever they will keep on putting something, he will just transfer it to my plate. But brahmachari, you can eat a lot when you are young. But as it is said, as you get older, food only is eating you, correct? You are not eating food anymore. So there is a saying that up to 32 years only you are eating food. Means you are eating food, you digest and you grow. After that, what? Food is only eating you because the more you eat, you are not able to digest it properly. You have constipation problem. You are not able to assimilate all the sugar, diabetes. You are not able to assimilate all the salt, means blood pressure problem. So food will start eating you. So you have to eat the food, not the food should not eat you. Anyway, so here Bhiksha Ushadam Bhujyatam. So you eat your Bhiksha, and that Bhiksha also is only an Aushadha. It is like medicine. So take it like medicine. If medicine means there is always a certain patya is there, correct? You cannot eat as much as you want. Whatever is required only, you take that dose. So we take medicine in proper dose. Like that food also now you have to take in proper dose only. It should be a dosage. So like about ahara, Bhagavan has said a lot, correct? Even in that yajna also, we saw that you can have a niyama, niyata aharaha and all he said. That is one type of yajna. And also what you eat means sannyasis also should, in fact, there are rules also where you can eat and all. If the husband and wife are fighting, you cannot go for bhiksha there, which is Swamiji has told you. So he will not go for bhiksha if in the house there is no harmony and all that. The sannyasi should not go there, because then what will happen? Both of them will try to ask the sannyasi to take sides. Whether you are supporting me or him, or me or she, means then problem, correct? You don't want to get into all that. You just stay away, correct? And also Swamiji also had a rule. He did not want to go to Diksha for in hotel years and all that. He never went. He said me in so many words, because he also felt that food should not be sold. Whoever is selling cooked food, he had a personal thing that he avoided going for Diksha to such places. So anyway, but where you eat also you have to be careful. What you eat also you have to be careful. How much you eat also you have to be careful. Because what you eat means Bhagavan also talks about it in the 17th chapter. There is a Sattva, Rajas, Tamas and all that, correct? So there are different kinds of foods. Bhagavan lists all those foods in fact. So at least as a sannyasi, you have to eat food which is sattvika as much as possible. That is also there. Because I think Bhagavan says, Ayus Sattva Balarogya Sukha Priti Vivardhanaha Rasya Snigdha Sthira Hridyaha Ahara Sattvika Priyaha. Like that, there is a verses there. Ayus Sattva Balarogya Sukha Priti Vivardhanaha. It's one word. You have to chant the entire line together. So those foods which will help you to grow what? Your ayuhu, your longevity. Then sattvaha means again the food. Sometimes if you eat the food, it makes you manda. You are going to sleep all the time. Correct? It should not be like that. This food also should affect your mind properly, because Chandogya Upanishad says that whatever you eat only becomes your mind. Correct? Mind is, because the food itself, it is separated into different essence and all that. One part goes and becomes the mind, another goes to the prana, then another goes to the physical body. Because all the idlis we eat only, then they are stored here. Correct? This is the best place for idli, vada, everything comes here at the end of the day. So like that, what you eat should be here means sattva. Sattva vivardhana means what? It gives certain clarity in your mind. Your mind has to be alert. It should not, the food should not give you some hallucination and things like that also. It should not be intoxicating. So it should make you alert. So that is important. So ayus sattva balam, it should give you strength. Then it should give you arogya, means it should not give you any disease and all that. It should make you free from any disease. Arogya. Then it should also give sukha, means it also should be tasty. Okay, and also you should enjoy the food. Enjoying the food also is important. It's not that because of this naturopathy and all, that's why even I am not very favorable with that, because they make everything like, see, naturopathy is okay for cows, I think. Human beings should be, you can have certain things raw, but everything raw and all is going to the extreme, correct? We have to cook. Annam is cooked food only, generally. But you should not overcook and all that. Of course, there also you have to be aware of how we cook and all that. But these things should be there. The food should be only grow all these things, correct? Or it should facilitate in all these things. It should not be something which causes you problems. And for that you have to eat particular type of food. Bhagavan says, Rasyaha. Rasyaha means what? That which has some juice in it. Or we can say succulent. So like if you eat fruits, means it should be juicy fruits we can eat. Snigdha means that which stick, Means oil. Oily also you can eat. But again, what kind of oils we eat also you have to be careful. And then Rasya Snigdha Stira. Stira means that which makes you firm, or it gives you, or it's Bhashyakara says it stays in your body for a long time. Some foods I think stay in your body for a longer time than others. That is also true, correct? Certain foods are immediately absorbed into you. In fact, sometimes it's not good, I think. Most of this sugar and all that, that's why uh, they just get up and it keeps you in a certain agitated state. It gets immediately absorbed. So what you eat also should not be immediately digested. It should digest over a period of time. Otherwise, you will keep on feeling hungry again and again. You eat now, after half an hour, again you want. Correct? It should not be like that. So that sthiraha means they stay in your body for a period of time. And so that you don't feel hungry all the time. What did I say? Rasya, snigdha, stira, hridya. Hridya means again it should be pleasing to you. It should not be something, it should be tasty. Whatever you eat should be tasty. So like this, food, what you eat is important. Where you eat, how you eat, everything is important. Okay. So here, Viksha Ushadham Bhujyatam. In fact, Swadvannam Natu Yachyatam. It's again, but you should not have any pressure that I want only this. It is not tasty. You go to somebody else's house for Viksha, don't complain about the food. Whatever they give, you take it. Okay. So Swadvannam Natu Yachyatam, because all these things also only the Dehatma Buddhi it will increase. If you are very particular about all these things, that's why Shankaracharya is saying, do not again overdo that I want only this, or this is not tasty, I will not eat. So no tantrums like that. Eat whatever you get. In fact, that he says, Vidivajat praptena santushyata. So according to your vidhi or karma, whatever you get. So yadricha labha santushtaha. Correct? Bhagavan also has already said, whatever comes your way, be happy with that. You don't have to be longing for something or go after something. Vidivashat praptena santushyatam. Be happy. You will get whatever you get. Correct? In fact, in North they always say, correct? Dane dane pe khane wala ka naam likha hai, or something like that is there. Huh? My grammar may be wrong again, so forgive me. Yeah. So like that, you will get whatever you are supposed to get. And so enjoy that. In fact, we all used to enjoy like that because when we were brahmacharis, all the devotees, whatever they bring so many things to Swamiji. Swamiji cannot eat anything. Only we used to enjoy everything, whether it is dry fruits, sweets, fruits, whatever is there. Even his regular dinner food also, Swamiji will eat this much only. He will take a little, but they will cook so much and send. And all that also, we used to enjoy. But brahmacharis can do all that. Okay, you have some leeway, I think. This is about a sannyasi. Okay. So, sannyasi cannot do all that. Whatever you get, be happy with that. Praptena santushyatam. Then what? Again, Shitoshnadi vishahyatam. Vishahyatam is same as sahanamuni. May you bear all this heat and cold, etc. Shitoshna Adipadat, every other dvandva you have to take, correct? So you have to have a certain samatvam, equanimity. Bhagavan also talks about all that. Samaloshta, Kanchanaha. Samatvam, he keeps on talking. Suni Chaivashwapakecha, Pandita Samadarshanaha, correct? Vidya Vinaya Sampannaha, Brahmanoga Vihastini, Suni Chaivashwapakecha, Pandita Samadarshinaha. Means certain samatvam has to be there. You should be able to bear whatever is there. Don't complain. This is the titiksha. So again, titiksha was already, you should have had, because it's there in the Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi, but even then, it may still be something you have to be alert about all these things. So whatever is there, you have to bear it as it is cheerfully. You should have a cheerful disposition to accept things as they are. So that is the titiksha also he is talking about here, but more from a nididhyasana standpoint and also as a practical advice. I think even a sannyasi should not, sannyasi means should not be complaining and all that or blaming somebody. Sannyasis, also sannyasis have name Ananda. That is a problem in fact. Means you call yourself Ananda, but you are sad, means it doesn't make any sense, correct? All sannyasis have been given, whether they like it or not, they have given the name Ananda. Means you cannot be anything other than cheerful then. You have to be cheerful. You have no choice there. So Vishakyatam means again that has to be what? You have to Sahanam Sarva Dukkanam Apratikara Purvakam Chinta Vilapa Rahitam. Those are given. Okay, so you have to bear, but without any resistance or any complaints and blaming or any worries. All these things should not be there. Means you have to cheerfully encounter everything. And vritha vakyam samucharyatam. Natu. Now you have to add there. So natu vritha vakyam samucharyatam means again, see already we saw Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyatam was there. Now this is more like gossip only, really. Useless conversations, avoid. You don't have to do any vyavahara, which is not. Sannyasi means sannyasi should be conscious about the vyavahara they have. They should not get involved too much in worldly affairs. Because that is the problem in many matha and all that. If you become a mathadipati, so it's a big problem. Because then you have to get involved in a lot of vyavahara. Not only that, people will come to you. So many people come, all their panchayat you have to do. They want you to resolve their problems. Swamiji used to spend a lot of time in that. I have seen. Many times he used to get tired also after it. It's all this dealing with all these people. It's tiring, right? It's not easy. They'll call you all over from the world only. Suddenly, at 12 in the night and all, Swamiji used to get called from US. And you have to handle that. But you have to also learn how to withdraw from all these things also. So don't get into any useless conversations, gossiping. So vritha vakyam na samucharyatam. Do not get into all this idle conversation, gossip. You have to, whatever your sadhana, that only you have to focus on. If you just start it also, it will all suck you. In fact, it is like an addiction sometimes. So you have to be alert. Again, alertness, apramattaha bhava is there. Correct? It's like, in fact, that's why Kathopanishad says it is like walking on the razor's edge. Correct? It's like walking on the razor's edge only. You have to be that alert. So, then what? Audasinyam adhipsyatam. So, udasinavat asinaha, like that and all it is said. Correct? Udasina. In fact, that udasina name is there for some of the parampara itself is there. I think there is udasina parampara in the north. They call themselves udasini. Udasina or something. Means udasina means what? Non-challenge. You are not, you don't want to get involved in anything, or you don't have an opinion about anything else. You don't have to have opinion about everything. In fact, that is correct. Or even if you have an opinion, you don't have to share it with everybody. Our best is be non-challenge. You are neither bothered by somebody nor or whatever. You don't have to do anything. You are neither attracted nor bothered. Just maintain your samatvam again. Udasina means you are disinterested. Correct? You are not interested. You don't show any interest, nor you show any hatred. You don't have to hate something. You don't have to like or be interested in something. Just maintain your distance. That is Udasina. Udasina Baba or somebody was there, I think. I keep remembering that, I don't remember. Anyway, so Udasina, this also is talked about in the Gita again. Okay, the Audasinyam, that is the Tadita form of Udasina. Audasinyam, it becomes, that Shen comes, I think. That is the Pratyaya. Whenever Tadita Pratyaya comes, the Vriddhi happens of the first vowel. So, who will become Au. That's why many names are also derived. Because Tasya Apatyam, like that, there is a sutra is there. So, anybody's child, correct? Apatyam means children, progeny in general. There is a pratyaya A comes, and then the first word will become Vriddhi, will become, who will become Au, and A will become A, and what A will become I think, like that. O will become Au. All these things are there. That's why Hanuman is there, but he is also called Anjaneya, correct? Anjanayaha apatyam iti Anjaneyaha. Rama is called Dasharathi, Dasharathasya apatyam. Like that, many names which we know. Partha, Prithayaha apatyam is Partha. But that way, Partha, anybody can be Partha, really. Although in Gita, Bhagavan addresses Arjuna as Partha, even Yudhishthira also is Partha. In fact, even Pandavas are also Kauravas that way because they are all Kuru Vamsha. Everybody is Kaurava really. That's why you have to say Dhartarashtraha. In the Gita also that word comes. Dhartarashtra means they are only those 100 or 101 children. Dhartarashtraha. Dhartarashtrarane hanyuhu. Tanme kshemataram bhavet, like that Arjuna says. Rather than killing these Dhartarashtras, I don't see any kshema in that, like that. Anyway, I was talking about Audasinyam here. So Audasinyam Abhiksyata means you desire to have this non-challenge, be non-challenge. Like even that what Padma Patram Ivam Basa also is a good analogy for this, correct? Even you are, if you are in the water, you are not touched by anything, remain untouched. Like even the lotus leaf is untouched, even though it is there in the water. Then Janakripan Naishkuryam Utsridyatam. So like this, again what? People may praise you, correct? And or they may even say, they may come and they'll insult you or they will give some gali and all that, correct? But you should not take all these insults and praises and all seriously. Neither you take the praise seriously, don't get carried away by both. That is the idea, correct? Everywhere there is a certain middle path have to be there. To maintain your composure under anything. Whether people praise you or whether they insult you, both should be same for Manapamaneyo Tulyaha. Tulyo Mitrari Pakshayoho. Tulya Ninda Stuti. Tulya Ninda Stutir Mauni. Like that the verses there, Gita verse also. So Tulya Ninda Stuti only here. Janakripa Naishturyam Utsrijyata is said here. So they may praise you for many things, then don't get pride. Okay, I have all these things. These are so many people are praising me. Then another group will come and give insults also. Then you become down. Just take everything with a pinch of salt and again, don't get carried away. So like this, Bhagavan Śaṅkarācārya has given us some beautiful, even once you become a sannyasi also, how to lead your life, correct? What kind of attitude you have to have towards your life. All that he is giving us very clearly here. One more verse is there. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti